GCMMA guys coming to you with our UFC 317 card breakdown. And boys, the UFC is just not in a great spot right now. I think over the last two cards there were 5 finishes combined out of like 20 something fights probably. Like it's been really hard to get motivated to do these videos, boys. We're not gonna lie. Like, we're really hoping that International Fight Week puts on, and we are looking forward to some exciting matchups coming up.
Yeah, there are some exciting fights on this card, but they could have done a little bit better for International Fight Week. Like the first fight on the prelims, Jackson McVeigh versus Christopher Ubert.
An International Fight Week.
Like, who even are these guys? Like, nobody even knows who these people are, so...
Pass. We literally, what are we supposed to say about that, bro?
Are we taking Jackson the Moose McVeigh or Christopher El Tonke Ewert? I think I'm just gonna go Ewert. I'm not.
Yeah, alright.
I'm literally just blind picking that one. But
yeah, no McVeigh.
Moving on, boys. Jonata Denise versus Alvin Guzzi Hines, making his debut. I'm going Denise here, boys. We don't have to put much thought into this.
Yeah, I mean, Jonata Denise, he definitely lost badly to Marcin Tybura in his last fight. But he did good against Carl Williams. Yeah, he did good against him where his main game was trying to out-grapple him, and he did fine. So he's proven that there's a certain level of grappling he can defend against, and it won't be too big of an issue. And I definitely don't think that this guy falls into that category.
Yeah, Jonata Denise, he's a good on the feet. I think he's good enough to get this one done against this random guy making his debut. But moving on, we have Nico Price versus Jacoby Smith. The biggest favorite on the card, Jacoby Smith, a minus 4,000 favorite. I mean, they do not want anybody to make any sort of money on this fight.
There's people who are minus 800, and then there's people who are minus 4,000.
They don't want. This is like, it's obvious that Nico Price is gonna get finished, probably in the first round. Jacoby Smith is a decent prospect making his way up. KO'd Preston Parsons.
Yeah.
That guy sucked. But Nico Price is
definitely going out, boys.
Yeah. Moving on, Terrence McKinney versus Slava Claus. Going McKinney.
Yeah.
Slava Claus is old. He just seems like he doesn't really care about the outcome of the fight that he's in.
He was raw. Everyone thought he was raw because he got that one knockout and then did that little Russian dance, and everyone thought he had like
he knocked out Mahashate.
He had like a funny nickname, and then he's literally went on to not do shit besides a split decision
over Chain's long top. That guy sucked.
So yeah, guys, I mean, Terrence McKinney's rogue, but I feel like he has a better possibility of putting the fight away than Slava Claus is not finishing anybody, and Terrence McKinney does have tools even though he's a bit chinny.
Yeah, and he does also have wrestling. I feel like he could, if he can mix that up on Slava Claus, he can get this done pretty easily, I feel like. Because we saw what Chase Hooper was able to do to his ass when he got him to the ground, so I think Terrence McKinney can do the same thing. Moving on, we've got Hyder Emil versus Jose Delgado. This one's going to be a pretty good fight in my opinion. Both of these guys are really good on the feet. Hyder Emil is always bringing the pressure. This one's kind of hard to pick, but I think I do lean Hyder Emil just because he has a little bit more experience and he beat William Gomez. He got the decision. It was pretty close fight, but he got it done over William Gomez. And William, as much as we've been on him, he's a decent fighter and he knows how to win fights. So I feel like a decision over him is just enough experience to be able to compete with Delgado. But Delgado did knock out Connor Matthews in his debut, which is pretty impressive.
Who was the guy in the Contender Series he knocked out?
Ernie Juarez.
Yeah, I mean, guys, to be honest, you know, I like Delgado, but I just think that Hyder Emil has shown that he can face some adversity and still put the pressure on. Like, he was getting tagged a good bit by William Gomez, but he was still pressing forward and throwing his own shit back and, like, pressuring with the grappling. So I just think, like, he could get knocked out by this guy because he's, like, a good precision striker. But if this guy can't knock Hyder Emil out early, like, it's just going to get harder because of his, you know, experience inside the octagon. So I'm definitely going to go with him as well.
Yeah, this one probably doesn't go the distance, if I'm being honest, but we'll see. Next up, and this fight, like, the more and more I think about this fight, the more and more confident I become. It's Jack Hermansson versus Gregory Rodriguez. Like, I know Obama he was looking good early on in that Cannonier fight, but it kind of looked like he gassed, and then Cannonier started tagging him, and he ended up getting finished. But Jack Hermansson doesn't have the same power that Jared Cannonier has, and Obama's good on the ground too. Like, I don't see him getting controlled and wrestled on the ground by Jack Hermansson. I think Gregory Rodriguez can probably sneak a submission in there too. And obviously, I'm pretty confident in his abilities to knock out Hermansson on the feet. And this is a 3-round fight. If this was a 5-round fight, I wouldn't be as confident.
Yeah, I mean, Hermansson just hasn't been in the UFC, like, active for the last couple years. And I think that RoboCop, we've seen him lose before and then come back, you know, doing better in his next fights, because he did get knocked out by Bruno Ferrer and then came back and won a bunch of fights in a row and got himself to a main event. So I just think that he's still young, like in his early 30s, and he can still adjust from things like this. So I don't think that, you know, him losing to Cannonier is necessarily going to be a thing that he's going to do against guys like Jack Hermansson.
Yeah, I'm going to bet on Gregory Rodriguez. But moving on to the first fight of the main card, we've got Peyton Talbot versus Felipe Lima. And boys, like, Peyton Talbot was a very popular prospect until he lost to Ronnie Barcelos. And honestly, after the last card, Cody Garbrandt versus Ronnie Barcelos, that is not acceptable. Ronnie Barcelos sucks. Like, I'm sorry, he may have been good a few years ago, but at his age now, he's not that good. I think Felipe Lima is pretty raw. His fucking beat Naimov in his debut. Naimov is better than any of the guys that Peyton Talbot has faced so far.
Yanni Gamora or whatever.
That guy sucked. I'm pretty sure he got cut after that too. Giannis Gamori.
Sounds like some fucking guy from the Guardians of the Galaxy. Yanni Gamori.
He got knocked out like in the first 30 seconds.
He's got some mohawk.
Yeah, I got Felipe Lima here. I think he's proven against better opponents, and he didn't get fraud checked by somebody like Ronnie Barcelos. Moving on, boys, we got Beneil Dariush versus Moicano. This fight was supposed to happen earlier in the year, and our opinion, I feel like, has not changed at all. Moicano.
Yeah, and it's like, guys, it's going to be kind of difficult to be a Moicano fan if he loses to Beneil Dariush.
Oh, yeah.
He's built himself up, over these last couple fights and gained a following. He's got the momentum. But it's like, if he loses to Beneil Dariush, who hasn't fought in 2 years, that's just going to be heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, Dariush is coming off 2 losses at 36 in this division. It's like, Moicano, I feel like he's better on the feet and he's better on the ground. And we just watched the press conference. Beneil Dariush looked like he didn't even want to fucking be there, so Give me Moicano here. Probably going to bet on him too. Next up, we got Josh Van coming on like a few weeks' notice to fight Brandon Royval. And he's on here they have Josh Van as a dog. That would be ideal. I'm taking Josh Van. Simply because I feel like this is his time. He has the momentum behind him. He's been running it. He's fought like 6 times in the past year, it feels like. And I feel like he wouldn't take this fight, this short notice fight, if he didn't think he could go in there and like get this done. Because like Brandon Royval, he's not the shittiest fighter in the world, but he can go rogue, and he has fights that look close and this and that. And I think when Josh Van gets in there and he gets active and he's putting on the pressure onto Brandon Royval, that he can probably get in there and get it done. Because in the press conference they were saying they're trying to go to war, and I like Josh Van's chances when it's a war. Like, he's raw.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I'm pretty 50-50 in terms of what who I would predict in this fight. Just because Brandon Royval does have a lot of experience against the higher level of the division as well. And I mean, I like Josh Van a lot, and like he said, it's his time, and I'm going to pick him to win this fight, but realistically there's like a 50-50 chance, I feel like, on this, but I'll ride with Josh Van.
Yeah, boys, this fight should be a banger. Let's see. Co-main event, we got Pantoja versus Kaikar France. I honestly don't even know who I'm gonna pick. I'm just gonna go Pantoja here. He's like been running it in the division for how long? We've picked against him.
Has anyone even beat him in that division?
Probably years ago, but like we picked against him and he's won every single time. So I'm gonna. He lost to Askar Askarov in 2020.
But he's won every single fight
Yeah.
for us. So yeah, guys, getting Pantoja. I used to like Kaikar France a lot more, but I feel like he's gotten these big opportunities in the past and like kind of like fumbled it a little bit. I think he's entertaining. I'm still not really on like the whole thing, but he's still a good fighter, and he's still entertaining to watch. But I'm gonna go with Pantoja.
Yeah, Pantoja is a tough motherfucker. I mean, Kaikar France does have probably the most power in that division, but Pantoja's chin has proven to be pretty strong. So if he just goes in there and gets Kaikar France to the ground and then just wins like that, he's going to win that fight pretty easily, in my opinion. But moving on, boys, the main event, Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. And I hate to be the bearer of many people's wishes online. I see so many reels and memes about how they want Charles Oliveira to win, but I can't fade Topuria. Like, everything he said he was going to do, he's done. And I'm not going to fade him on that. Like, he's raw. He's taken out Max Holloway, Volk, legends of the sport, and fucking with ease. So I think he does the same against a Charles Oliveira who went to like decision with Michael Chandler.
Boys, I hate to say this, but I just feel like Oliveira's best days are behind him. Like, he had a really, really good run when he had the title. When they lost to Makhachev, knocked out Dariush, and then like I just didn't really see that same kind of aggression in his fight with Sarukian and whoever Chandler in his last one. I still like him. I still think he's a great guy. I don't want to say I want him out of the UFC, but I just don't think he's really gonna be putting out the same kind of like offensive performance on the stand-up like he used to whenever he was, winning those fights. So I'm definitely gonna go with Topuria as well. He's undefeated, and he's not like one of these guys who's undefeated and fighting a number 8 in the world. Like, he won the championship and defended it, and he's still undefeated. Like, he's definitely had to go through a lot to be able to get himself in this position, and I think he's, you know, pretty prepared for what Charles Oliveira has to offer.
And the books are prepared to take everybody's money because they obviously have the same thinking we do because of the line. They have Topuria at like minus 500. They don't want anybody to make money off of Topuria, and they want everybody to bet on Oliveira because he's the fan favorite. Everybody loves him. They're giving him to like everybody at plus 300, like plus 800 for his submission. Like they want people to bet on Oliveira so they can take their money. I think Topuria wins this fight pretty easily, in my opinion.
The champ has a name. It's fucking Ilia Topuria.
Okay.
Bro. But yeah, boys.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say after that.
This should be a really good card. We're really excited to be back and watching the UFC, and hopefully we'll enjoy this one. There's a lot of good fights coming up as well, so we do have hope. John Jones is out of the UFC now, so that's something to look forward to as well. But yeah, drop your picks in the comments, boys, and let us know if you're tailing or fading any of them.
All right, boys. We'll see you in the next one.
GCMA out.